We've got March Madness controversy with brand new video, a coach's confession, and the actual explanation as we roll. Presented by Anna Jar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. First, though, the buzzer beater itself.
From the out of bounds to the freshman Queen, who's driving, floats it. Oh!
Yeah, but now take a look from this angle.
They give him the basketball in the middle of the floor. They clear it out. And what a shot.
Yeah, but now check this new super slow-mo close-up angle that tells the whole story. Pay close attention to when Queen actually gathers the ball. He's beginning to with step number 1, and then step number 2, and then obviously step 3 before he launches the buzzer beater game winner. Yeah, and here, my friends, is where the controversy begins. FanDuel Sportsbook asks, was that a travel by Derik Queen on the buzzer beater? Barstool says game winner, travel or nah. And Football points out that in college, the gather step is not allowed. Yeah, so what exactly is the rule on the so-called gather step? According to NCAA rules, a player who has controlled the ball, progressing to shoot, pass, or stops allowed to establish a pivot foot. Once a player gathers the ball, gains control while moving, they're allowed 2 steps before they must pass, shoot, or come to a stop. So, while the gather step is not officially recognized as an extra step in NCAA basketball, players are given a brief moment to control the ball before their 2-step allowance begins. So let's watch it again. When does he have control of the ball? There's the first step, and now he's got control. He actually has control on the second step, which means this is not a travel. Yeah, but hang on, because we now know exactly why this happened. As we continue, presented by Lindstrom Air Conditioning and Plumbing. Get them online at lindstromair.com. Longtime March Madness studio analyst Seth Davis explains exactly what they saw. Quote, we watched the play in the studio from every angle 20 times, and I still can't decide. If it's that close, you don't call it travel. If they had called it, people would be going nuts. Yeah, and it's called omission bias, and it explains everything. By definition, omission bias in officiating refers to referees' tendency to avoid making calls or taking action that might alter the game's outcome, even if it means overlooking actual fouls or rule violation, because inaction less harmful than taking action. How it affects officiating? Look at the term, swallowing the whistle, avoiding making calls, especially in tight games. They'd rather the players determine it than making a call and influencing it with that. Yeah, and as Coach Willard admits, Derik Queen does not suffer from omission bias.
I said, who wants the ball? And he said, give me the MF ball. And I said, all right, you're getting it.
Yeah, and then Derik Queen himself admitted literally where that comes from.
Where does that confidence come from?
So I think I'm from Baltimore, that's why.
Yeah, but hold on, because there's another confession yet to be made as we continue, presented by Bud's Chicken and Seafood. Get them online at budschicken.com. Coach Willard makes like the Foo Fighters and says, I've got another confession to make.
This is your first game winner ever, or?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have given it to him if I had known that.
That's classic. Yeah, and then Coach admitted the Terps were due.
I think we were finally due for us to have one. I think our last 4 losses have all been buzzer beaters. We were due to get one, so.
Yeah, and then Clark Kellogg summed up what the entire studio crew thought about this so-called controversy.
None of us thought anything about the shot other than unbelievable shot
on both ends.
No question.
Yes.
And a great finish.
The question is on the board. Question, which was this more? Great play or missed call? This was a great play by the big man. Take nothing away from a great shot when it mattered most. The rule is the rule. It leaves itself open. We taught you about omission bias. When they can swallow a whistle, they certainly do because they don't want to affect the outcome, which in this case was affected by a big man who made the shot when it matters most. And speaking of mattering most, you're in an accident, call Anna Jar and Levine Accident Attorneys, 1-800-747-FREE. They will help you take back control of your life. Hit subscribe, like, comment, or reply to them all. And remember, every day above ground is a good day. Some are just more questionable than others. Say goodnight to the bad guy.